presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Phil in Puerto Rico. Hey, Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, doing great. Just wanted to thank you guys and the whole crew. Best content on the internet. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out there. Phil, how did you find us?
I just typed in live trading in YouTube one morning.
Cool.
I was looking for any type of live trading room. You guys came up, and
awesome.
I know quality when I see it, or at least I like to think so. And I mean, you guys are just a dream. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Welcome to the Tiger family. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
What's going on, everyone? This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. We had a little bit of a funny week. Okay, we got Christmas Wednesday. We're gonna have a half day tomorrow, closing at 1 p.m. So I will not be on. Neither will Larry. As far as I'm concerned, and discussed it, live trading with Larry is still game for the 27th. Strongly recommend checking that out if you haven't before. In fact, let's go over to TFNN.com right now. So you can see this right here, and honestly, this is the package deal you really want to do. Okay, the deal with live trading Fridays, if you haven't done it yet, and there's a lot of volatility at this market right now, a lot of gains to be made, so it's kind of helpful to have someone right there with you, kind of trading this market, getting maybe some ideas, asking questions. That is what live trading Fridays is with Larry Pesavento. It is fantastic. He is a market veteran. Has been trading probably for longer than I've been alive, if I had to guess. So that's strongly recommend checking that out. Before you do that, you can go over to the TFNN Holiday Tiger Dollar Sale. We're doubling the bonuses, right? Usually get some bonus with the Tiger Dollars. This is even better, okay? So if you get $500 spent, you have 600 Tiger Dollars. That is a 60% bonus. You do 1,000, you get 1,300. That, of course, is a 30% bonus. And then for $1,500, you get 2,100 Tiger Dollars. That is a 40% bonus, 600 whole extra Tiger Dollars. Once those are applied to your account, they stay forever. They don't expire. They go towards all purchases at TFNN. So now is a perfect time to kind of get situated. Again, you know, we have Larry Pesavento with his live trading on Friday. So strongly recommend checking out. Of course, we have a bunch of other services. Strongly recommend checking these out. Of course, you have Tim Ords here. We got Teddy Keksats, which is great. I really want to get Teddy onto this show because I like the way he looks at stuff. He's been a trader for a long time. He knows what's going on with it. And of course, we have some fantastic stuff from Basil. I believe we're going to be joined by Steve Rhodes today as well. If you go over to the newsletters tab, you go to Mastering Probability newsletter. All right, enough of the spiel. Let's take a look at what we got going on right now. You have the composite up about 0.59%, trading at 19,680.70. The Dow Jones Industrial off about 0.14%. Trading at 42,780. Get that DXY up about 0.24% at 108.06. Crude oil off, honestly, kind of sideways right now at 69.45. Interesting that one of the more high-profile trades recently was Occidental here, and you had Warren Buffett getting into this thing. So kind of interesting. I'm checking a trade out right now. Let's see here. The Russell off about 0.53% at 2,255. You have gold contracts sideways here at 0.66% at 2,627. Let's see what else we got. E-mini up about 0.24%. Or really look at the SPY. I mean, yeah, coming back up from that little bounce, right? You had a high today of 594, trading right now at 592. People like it. You had oh man, Bill Ackman was talking, I believe on MSNBC, and he, I think he's a Trump guy, but he was speaking about, everyone is elated for the coming quarters, which is, I think, kind of fantastic. Let's hope that's the case. One of the big fears I have is just some kind of like momentary shakeout early. I did get pretty cashy the past week, which was nice, really right before that big sell-off. But I mean, you're kind of recovering. We take this out to a yearly. I mean, we're trading November 22nd right now. That's what's going on, right? So just a momentary reset on this. Now, this volume up here is a lot higher, okay? I think people are positive on the market. You have so much money that's in this market that wasn't in the market prior, right? And a lot of these people want to keep piling stuff in. I mean, we can take a look at stuff like, Rigetti. This is, in my opinion, not really a good trade right now, especially at these levels. But people want to be in it, and that's to say, I mean, that's obviously what a bubble is, right? But my point in saying that is you have so much money that's now in this market that has never been before. We still have a bunch of cash that is locked up, that has not gone into equities in any capacity. You could make some argument that there might be sector rotations if inflation gets too strong next year, which I could see an argument for. And I personally think there's going to be discussion sometime next year of actually raising interest rates again, which could definitely be a catalyst for some sell-off in the market. I don't see, as I've been saying, I think Trump is an inflationary president, and that's not, good or bad in a vacuum at all, but we're in a moment here where we're really trying, at least the Fed is trying to get a hang on inflation. And so that can show some kind of issues at least. With Rigetti, we're trading up 13.50%, trading at 1063. IonQ, it's kind of interesting. It's like your big boy gets run up, right? Which is what IonQ is. All the little guys under it get pushed up. And then you start seeing this slow kind of decay down, right? So IonQ is coming down today off 5.5%, trading at 41.97. I like the idea with quantum, as I've said, but I don't know if this is the kind of the right time for it. I think bid orders will still come out. We'll speak a little bit about AmpG later in the show, but that's been catching. We're up to 25.25% today. Kind of what they do, they make some things that allow quantum computers to essentially work, right? You're up at 249 with Amplitech Group. They shipped some of their materials to, I think it was 2 Fortune 50 companies, so there is interest down here. And there is a assumable pipeline of orders that can kind of sustain maybe some of these companies going forward, at least sustain the hype on it. We'll take a look at kind of their financials going forward, maybe later in the show. We're going to have Steve Rhodes on next. But 32 million. It's kind of nice when you're talking about these kind of smaller cap stocks blowing up. That still has potential on that area, and I'm surprised it actually really hasn't caught the bid yet, especially when you're considering things like Qubit did, which isn't even a quantum company. And I'm going to say this until it's maxed down. So you're up 2.19% today. What is this movement today? Yeah, see, that's brutal. Right, so you get up at 1880, trading right now at $18 even. I don't know when the bubble bursts on stuff like this, but it's got to be soon. But it's sad because things like, AMG, which actually are major players in something like quantum, in a quantum world, don't get looked at. It did have a major run. I say that like it's been some, neglected person. It was trading at 64 cents September and absolutely had a run up, but I'm just surprised that all the other quantum companies are like that as well, Folks, there, we'll be right back with Steve Rhodes after this break.
Ho, ho, ho! The Tiger Dollar Holiday Double Bonus Sale 2024 is here.
Amazing money!
Now through December 23rd, we've doubled the bonuses. Don't miss your opportunity to get a double bonus up to 40% on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Here's how it works. Purchase 500 Tiger Dollars and receive 100 bonus Tiger Dollars. That's a 20% bonus, $600 total. Purchase 1,000 Tiger Dollars and receive 300 bonus Tiger Dollars. A 30% bonus, $1,300 total. Purchase 1,500 Tiger Dollars and receive 600 bonus Tiger Dollars. That's a 40% bonus, 2,100 total.
Oh, wow!
But you have to hurry because this Holiday Tiger Dollar Double Bonus Sale ends on December 23rd. Visit the front page of TFNN for details and get your Tiger Dollars today.
Ho, ho, ho! TFNN!
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. Let's take a look over here at my screen. I want to go over to TFNN.com. We're going to go over the Newsletters tab. Every Monday, we are joined by Steve Rhodes. Steve Rhodes is the author of Mastering Probability newsletter. He's also the host of Trader's Edge right here on TFNN at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Now is a fantastic time to check out this newsletter, not only because it's the holidays, not only because every time we've had Steve on, it's been just some of the most interesting analysis that I've come across recently, but then additionally, you go over to the homepage, you can go ahead and do the TFNN Holiday Tiger Dollar Sale. Again, we have fantastic bonuses. That is up to a 40% bonus. Those Tiger Dollars, when they get applied to your account, they go towards all purchases here at TFNN, and they never expire. So go over, grab some of those, check out Mastering Probability. What I want to say as well is if this is your first time subscribing to Mastering Probability, you can do so risk-free. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If for whatever reason it doesn't work out for you, we are going to bet that it does. Steve Rhodes, how are you doing?
Doing great, Jacob. How about yourself today?
Doing well. Ready for the holiday season, Steve.
Yeah, well,
almost here.
I had some last-minute things to do in between getting off of my show and getting back here in time. And boy, there are a lot of last-minute shoppers out there.
Yeah, there are.
It's crazy. It's crazy down here. Probably crazy in your neck of the woods as well, just simply because of the seasonal patterns that we have, with people flowing in. But it's just absolutely cuckoo. So luckily, I got all of my errands done with the exception of one, and I'll deal with that later on tonight. But thanks for that introduction. Let's take a look at some other so I didn't really have anything prepared because I had just too many things going on. But still, that doesn't mean that I'm not prepared. In fact, I want to share with listeners something that's really important. So I was listening to you during about half of the segment there. I turned in just as you were really talking about Bill Ackman, a lot of money on the side.
Yes.
Looks like the markets, are likely to head higher out there.
Yep.
And you've also said that I look at markets maybe a little bit differently. I consider that to be my edge.
It's awesome.
Okay, and so one of the chart that we've got up on our screen right now, and I shared that this morning on the Trader's Edge, and we took a look at it one other time. And the number is, I want people to write this number down on their pad of paper. It's 42,850.40. 42,850.40 is the low of the trading session after the election. So that's the November 6th low out there for the Dow. Now, what I would be advising a DJT, Bill Ackman, and anybody else that believes that this market's going to explode to the upside, you better watch 42,850.40. What's interesting is on Wednesday, price just crushed through that. That was the Fed. That was a reaction to the Fed. Then we had Thursday. We had a little bit of a gap, and then we had that gigantic rally, right? 1,000-point rally. That's not where it closed at the end of the day on Friday, and where it did close is right below 42,850.40. If price stays below that, what we're going to see, and I'm not talking necessarily long term, although it could be a year or two, but I'm not going to go there because we take things one step at a time. As long as price remains below that, the pressure in the Dow is to the downside, not to the upside. In fact, if we take a look at this, and how I really came upon this was, you and I have talked about presidential seasonal cycles before. I have shown those charts to folks out there. Yep. And I said to myself, well, why don't I just go see where the market was trading at the beginning of each presidential term? Here, for example, is the Biden first administration term out there. Price remained above that breakout level. And I'm referring to that first trading session after the election as really a breakout area out here, or a level to watch, a support or resistance line. Maybe that's a better way to explain it. If we come back a bit further and we take a look at this first Trump term out here, what was really interesting and what just kind of blew my mind was, now there was a pattern that formed at the bottom of the COVID lows out there. There was a TD9 count bottom pattern that formed out there. But what I didn't realize was that price had pulled back basically to that support level or that breakout level during the first Trump term and then simply took off from there. So nothing was really broken even at that time. If we go back further and we take a look at other terms, here's Obama's second term. And so right now, I'll just try to, where we're at is perhaps a little bit about where Obama was in the second term with regard to the way that the Dow was trading. So I'll show you this, pulling this back right here. Now, the difference here is that if we take a look at the first trading day of the year after that election, November 7, 2012, we saw price just move steadily downward. Came back up, tested that resistance level, got above it, tested it, pulled back down, tested again. Once we got above it, we were okay out there. But if we go back and we take a look at Obama's first term, what's interesting here is when price even pulled back, this is a retracement back in July of 2010. Look at how price pulled back, tested and rejected that level, and then took off to the upside. Yep. So this is a data point that I'm not aware, maybe somebody else has also discovered or identified this. I haven't heard it before, but this is a real key level. If we keep going back just a tad further out here, we take a look at, this is Bush Jr.'s second term. Notice how price, what it does after the second term, price moves up higher, pulls back, tests it, rejects it, and then we continue to move to the upside. If we take a look at his first term, a much different scenario. Of course, during the first term, we had 9/11 out there, but this is a real key level to be watching. So I'll go back. Any questions about what I've shared or shown?
No, I don't have any. If anyone does have questions, please ask, though. I can relay them to Steve.
Yeah, so pretty cool. Right? Because you don't have to be a technical trader to try to understand what the market is communicating to us. And hey, if we show back up tomorrow, price goes about 42,850. Okay, keep watching that level out there. But right now, what we've seen is something completely different than the first term. And I know all the great accolades or what have you, all the stuff that I hear out there that market's going to move to the upside. Well, if it is, you're going to have to see price stay above that 42,850 level. So that's one thing that I want. That's a little Christmas gift, if we Hanukkah gift to everyone out there. Another thing that I can share with folks is really last week. If we take a look at last week's price movement out here, the one thing is, as price was moving lower, it was cascading lower during the Fed day. This is we're looking at the New York Stock Exchange. That's a chart up at the top. The next section is the advanced decline line, and below that is the advanced decline oscillator. That's the difference between the 19 to 39 period exponential moving average of the advanced decline line. It has really cool properties. And those properties help us to establish objectively a market that's either overbought or oversold. In this case here, when you get below the minus 150 level, which we did on the trading day of December 16th, that's telling you to expect or anticipate some type of bounce or rally or bottom because the oversold conditions need to be worked off. Now, price can get even more oversold, so you're always looking for some bottom signals and so forth. If we take a look at by the time we got towards the end of the week out there, we got down to a level of minus 287. And the last time that we were down at that area out here was back in the April of 2024 timeframe, was April the 16th. Obviously, we simply moved out of there, went ahead, made higher highs out there, made new all-time highs and so forth. But just simply getting down there, understanding that the market is overbought or oversold, in this case here oversold, is to expect and anticipate some type of a rally. There's another element that we take a look at, and that is the spot VIX index. When the spot VIX index So the other thing that took place, let's talk about what took place on Friday and Thursday last week. On Friday and Thursday, we had a spot VIX index that had a one-day rate of change below minus 10%. It was at minus 12% on the 19th, and it was at minus 23% on the 20th out there. And what those do, folks can grab a snapshot of the screen out here, these green arrows, those are signals of an initiation to higher price. And that, in essence, is what we've seen since then. I see we're running out of break time here. If you want, we can talk about it further.
Sure, absolutely, Steve. Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
All right, let's do that.
Folks, we'll be right back with Steve Rhodes after this break.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry October 11th and 25th for more live trading action. Your purchase goes towards 2 sessions, so make sure to sign up now so you don't miss a chance to sit next to Larry as he trades the market live. For all information and to reserve your spot today, go to the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Schuper, joined right now by Steve Rhodes. Steve is the author of Mastering Probability newsletter and the host of the Trader's Edge right here on TFNN at 11 a.m. Eastern Time every trading day. Steve, before we went to the break, well, I guess you got the SPX app right now. What are we taking a look at with this?
Still have that chart here for the spot VIX and and it is the S&P 500 that I've got up on top of this chart here. And so, what I'm sharing with folks are technical tools, but you don't need to be a technician.
Sure.
They're tools that help you to understand what the market is likely going to do, perhaps on the next trading session. And just before we went to the break, we were talking about one-day rates of change in the spot VIX index. And when they go to when the rate of change is less than minus 10% out there, that's an initiation. That's a signal. That's an initiation to higher price. Those are the green arrows on my screen out here, and they work really well out there. And so, in the face of we also have the spot VIX. It's great properties. Also, there's a one-day rate of change above plus 10% out there. Mm-hmm. And in fact, that's what took place on the trading session. If you take a look at this, that's what took place on December 18th. We had a one-day rate of change in the spot VIX of 74%. It's not the highest ever out there, but when we get anything above plus 10%, it tells us the market should rally or bounce or bottom the very next trading session. And in fact, that's what took place in the equity futures market, even through most of the morning, that following trading session. And then we get that one-day rate of change to the downside below 10%. So these are just simply tools to help you monitor, understand, take out the emotion, I suppose, of what traders are thinking out there, and just be objective with regard to these signals. There's another element of the spot VIX index, which is where's the trading relationship to its 50-day exponential moving average. The red line on the bottom of the screen out here, Jacob, is the 50-day exponential moving average for the VIX. That's currently printed at 1671. The VIX right now trading at 1730. The green rectangles or boxes on my screen represent time periods when the spot VIX is below the 50-day exponential moving average. The market, or the S&P 500, I should say, typically moves sideways to higher out there. Likewise, when that spot VIX gets above the 50-day exponential moving average, and those are identified by these yellow rectangles or squares out there, typically the market moves sideways to lower. So this is also another very valuable tool. Everybody can see what the spot VIX is. You can get it from so many different places. Measuring the one-day rate of change, that's pretty easy to do. And then it's just a matter of knowing where that 50-day exponential moving average is. Of course, you can subscribe to Mastering Probability or tune into the show or things of that sort. So pretty cool properties, I think, just simply with regard to the spot VIX. It's technical information where you don't need to be technical, so to speak.
Love it.
Any questions there?
I don't have any questions there. I'm not seeing any right now in the den. I'm going to check the YouTube, but we can move on in the meantime.
Let's go to the last thing, if we can, out here. And it was, I think it was maybe some chatter or discussion just as I was trying to sign on about a stock symbol. Is it Seal Square? Is that the name of the company?
Yes. The ticker is actually LAES.
LAES. It's Sales Square. I think is it a security, technology security?
Yeah, they're doing post-quantum security, particularly for IoT devices, but they're doing public key infrastructure. Very interesting kind of stuff. I've been following it pretty closely. Den members love this stuff, so.
Yes. And so kind of the question is, I think maybe I saw is, maybe there's going to be some profit taking. Yep. And when I kind of convert profit taking to not just are you going to take some profits, take some money off the table, but have we reached the top? The type of top where maybe we could get some type of pullback that folks would want to consider taking a long trade in it. If we take a look at this instrument here, and I'm just simply going to start just simply to not take up all of your time. The last time that the LAES topped out here of any significance took place back on August 27, 2024. And if we take a look at the black digits that are above the candles out there, you'll see that was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. That was the last time that it formed a top. Price pulled back and tested support, which was the bottom of its TAS market profiles out there. The last significant bottom that we had out here was a TD9 count bottom that took place on November the 4th. And since then, we've had one heck of a rally. The cool thing about a TD9 count pattern, and I teach this to subscribers, there's a 1 hour video on this pattern. You should want to do it. If you trade a handful of stocks or whatever it is, or maybe your time frame is weekly or daily, this is easy pattern to identify that's out here. And a top for a TD9 count, the high needs to be on bars 8, bar 9, or the bar following bar number 9. Well, Friday was bar number 9. Today's the bar following bar number 9. So is there the potential for a top inside of LAES that begins today? The answer to that question is yes.
Yeah.
However, what I like to do, and if you think about it, at least I like to, this is called Stevie logic. If we're going to form a top on a daily time frame, then intraday charts should start showing us topping signals and support levels failing. Kind of makes sense?
Yes, absolutely.
So what I've done is this is a set of charts of intraday time periods. For example, you'll see a 195-minute time period chart. That's because there's 2 equal 195-minute bars in a day. There's 330-minute bars in a day. So that's why I'm using what somebody might think are some odd time frames. But when we're evaluating volume on one candle versus volume on another candle, it'd really be helpful if it's the same time frame. So that's why I've got those times out there. So if we look to the 195-minute time frame chart, there is no topping signal yet. What this would need would be a bearish reversal candle to confirm what I refer to as a Rhodes momentum indicator top. If we take a look at the 130-minute time frame chart, we're in bar number 6. There's no topping signal as we speak just yet. So this says, hey, maybe Lays has not topped. If we take a look at the 65-minute time frame chart, it negated a TD9 count top. That took place. So this is really the exact – well, I'm sorry, grabbing the wrong tool out there. If we take a look at the 65-minute chart, it's a little bit similar to the daily in that it formed the bar following bar number 9, and that was at 1350 hours this afternoon. But price closed above it and negated that at 1455. So that pattern doesn't show a top. If I look at the 30-minute time frame chart, I don't have a topping signal. The only time frame right now that I have a top for is the 15-minute time frame. What does that mean? Well, there's a TD9 count Rhodes momentum indicator top. It would start here. If there was going to be some type of top, and I'm not saying it's 337, it's not going to be today. This would be something for folks to be watching tomorrow. If there's going to be some type of top, any topping potential here, what we should see is price close below 440 and then make its way down to 381. TD9 count patterns or any pattern, sometimes they fail, sometimes they don't fail. But when you know that you've got a pattern where you're identifying a top or a bottom, what you really want to do is go to those intraday charts and see what kind of signal information we have. So is there the potential for the top because we've got that TD9 count? Absolutely. But we're just not seeing it yet on those intraday charts. Keep watching those intraday charts, though. That's where you would see that topping pattern information be released to us.
Fantastic. Steve, thank you so much. I know we got some people who wanted to hear that in the den, myself as well. Always appreciate you coming on. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas. All right, Steve?
I will. You too. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Sounds good, Steve. Take care. Folks, we will be right back. Again, you got to get Mastering Probability newsletter. Check it out. You've never done it before. 30-day money-back guarantee. You don't have anything to lose. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Shoup. You watch the Tom O'Brien Show. We are just joined by Steve Rhodes. Steve is the author of Mastering Probability newsletter. Again, if you want to get that, just go right over to TFNN.com. Go to the newsletters tab and check it out right here. It is fantastic at $149 for the month. Again, if you've never tried it before, I want to really stress that there is, you can do this risk-free, right? I get that it can sometimes be, definitely for like new listeners, people just kind of maybe found us online. It can be kind of sketchy, giving company money on the internet. Well, seriously, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee for this. If it doesn't work, you're going to email us. We're going to go ahead and take care of that for you. You'll get a full refund, no questions asked on it. So seriously, check it out. We have a new year coming in, new administration switch up. You saw the kind of quality that Steve Rhodes brings to just analysis in general. So really recommend checking that out. For everyone else, if you want to get into Mastering Probability, you have whatever kind of newsletter you have or services you want to get, check out that Tiger Dollar Sale. This is the last day for it, the 23rd. Once those get applied, stay in your account forever. They go towards all purchases. Taking a look at LAES, this is what Steve was talking about. This is Seal Square, CLSQ. This market cap is incorrect, just a heads up. I'm not sure why I was doing this. This was showing me like a 30 million market cap earlier as well, which is not correct. I think it has a 446 million market cap. At least on the intraday, making, a pretty good recent high of about $5. Comes back down. 460 is really kind of its support right now, and 480 is definitely its resistance. I like what they're trying to do, right? I think post-quantum cryptography is huge. Developing their own public key infrastructure or private key infrastructure to kind of do this. Saddling that on IoT. I mean, IoT is going to be so important. And it's not just, again, your dishwasher hooked up to things or your being able to tell your coffee maker to turn on from your bed via your phone. I mean, what an IoT device is just any device hooked up to a network that usually has a singular task, right? Cameras, right? Door locks, drones even, right? It's so important, IoT going forward, that it's kind of hard to overstate it. That doesn't necessarily mean that SealSQ wins that battle, right? I mean, this is a Swiss company, one. You could run into some issue where maybe we don't want other nationals providing us this kind of service. Maybe we won't want to keep it national itself. And then also it's something around like 466 million market cap. It gets hard when you had revenue, at least in June, like last quarter, of 2.41 million. Now, there's a lot of money going into it, right? They did a bunch of public offerings, diluting the stock. They said they're not going to do so for the next 60 days, I believe. You have some catalysts. You have two catalysts coming in January for this stock. First one being that their parent company, this is a subsidiary of a company called WiseKey, are launching satellites with SpaceX in tandem, right? That's going to contain these post-quantum TPMs that CLSQ is making. Additionally, they are, I think, testing now, if I'm reading this stuff correctly, testing now their post-quantum ASICs. So these are specialized chips. These specialized chips that they're developing, should be able to hold dilithium and Kyber algorithms on it. This is all very important stuff. I mean, really, it is hard to overstate how important getting on to post-quantum cryptography is, even if we can only crack something 22-bit right now. I mean, assuming your adversary just doesn't have the potential to affect you right now, even though they will in the future, is not a security position. And that's why you see things like the DoD and National Institute of Standardized Technology saying, get on to post-quantum cryptography. You need to do it, and do it as soon as you possibly can. So from that perspective, at least there is a fundamental argument for what CLSQ is doing, or at least the industry that they're in, right? So those are the two major catalysts I'm looking for. It's going to be in January. That doesn't mean that you, okay, you cracked above 480 right now. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean again that they win this or anything like that, or that the stock stays at these values, these prices up until that point. But it's something to keep your mind on, right? And I mean, we were looking at this, Dan's really the one who kept bringing this up in the den and popped up to like 110, and that's when we really started looking at it. And I mean, we're trading at 481 right now, So, but out of 466 million market cap, the question, they need to start producing something. So we'll see what happens with it. This is on my radar. It is for sure. If they can start producing post-quantum ASICs for Europe, that would be unbelievably massive. Talking about European stuff, let's look at Nebius. And these guys are expanding into the US. I've been talking about these guys for a while, up 6.66% today. Okay, not very Christmassy, but that's all right. Still up 6%, trading at 28.49. I just keep DCAing this thing the lower it goes, because, and this is, again, a personal thing of mine. I do not, I'm never going to be like, you need to buy this right now. But I think you have a major catalyst for this company in January when their competitor CoreWeave goes IPO. People start seeing that valuation, right? It'll be a bloodbath when CoreWeave goes public. People are going to be looking for other alternatives. This is Nebius. Nebius, of course, has expansion into Europe, which is fine. But the expansion to the US is really what we're looking at with this, right? And with projected 500 million to 1 billion ARR, just for them really getting back into this kind of business after the whole Yandex thing, I think is really interesting. This next phase, and we spoke about this probably a few months ago, right? It's no longer this build out that's important for AI or training the AI necessarily. That will still be important, but we're shifting over to the next phase, which is going to be inference, right? So this is the AI is going to need to start doing things that drive essentially capital gains or saves money. These large GPU clusters that things like Nebius and CoreWeave are doing is exactly what that is going to be used for. You'll be able to rent out the compute. So I think they're positioned very well to capitalize on this kind of AI growth that we're going to continue to see. Of course, you just had news come out with O3, ChatGPT O3. Apparently they see, what is it? Yeah, like over here, right? So this is still training, right? I mean, we're still trying to figure out the models and everything, but once you get this pretty good at it, this is an insane benchmark, I don't even think humans do always that well, at least new ones, right? Into coding. So this is software engineering, had an accuracy of 71%. That is a phenomenal increase over 01, which was a major issue that it just wasn't getting better, yeah. So, you get this thing up to around like 80, 85%. Then we start talking about some real deep value in kind of inference, So I'm positioned in Nebius. I like Nebius. Do your own research on it. Of course, there are risks for sure with this company. But, namely being the CEO had to divest out of Russia. That is a huge risk, and that's something you should be aware of. But with their war chest that they have around $2 billion, what they're positioned in doing, the past performance of their engineers and their CEO in other companies, I like the risk. I like the risk on it. Folks, stay right there. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. Today I was joined by Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability newsletter, and the host of the 11 a.m. show, Trader's Edge. Check it out. I want to pull up Edgar just real quick. Some other stuff I want to look at. OPTX came back down today. I got to do some more looking on this thing. It was cool when it was around $1. Up at 329, I'm not so sure. I can't even trust this market cap right now, but I'm not going to do the math right now for what its market cap is. But these guys seem to be positioned somewhat well to capitalize on this switch over to optics, really photonics that we're kind of going to be doing here. They don't really have growing sales, which is an issue, and that's not to say that they won't have that. The only reason they did okay recently is because they had some single-use kind of sales. But this is something that I'm looking at. I don't know if that right now I'd have to do, actually sit down and do some research on it. pouring through kind of their fundamentals, doing the ratios, This has the chance, I think, if the financials are good, if they don't have horrible debt to cash ratio and all that kind of stuff, and if it seems like there are more people wanting to buy, this might be something interesting to get into, right? I like the concept of anything that is surrounding photonics, but really what I wanted to look up is Dave. I'm just kind of riffing on optics right now. It was just kind of interesting, the downward movement, and I didn't realize if that was an open or not, but I will figure that out. Dave right now up 1.22% at 88.91. These guys do these like short-term loans, right? Like payday loans, all this kind of stuff. You had amazing earnings, a loss of 1 cent estimated, a gain of 151 to be expected. You had a high of 108, comes right back down. No significant volume. It's just trouncing around this $80 area. This demand is here. I mean, it will get even stronger if we have an inflationary 25, Anyways, I guess I won't be on tomorrow, but I'll see if we can talk a little bit about it in the den. We will be back on Thursday, I believe. See how that eggnog affects me. Well, I don't know. Take care, guys.